Going live now. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Inappropriate Movie Database, the comedy game show about content warnings. I'm your host, Nick Martucci. Thank you so much for clicking whatever link led you here. I'm so happy you're watching this video. If you like this, there's so many more of these you can watch. You should go ahead and subscribe to this channel and watch one of the others. There's like 70 or so episodes on here. It's so many. I can't believe this show is still going. I didn't mention this on the last show. I just the Facebook memory popped up last Saturday, I believe. Saturday was the 1 year anniversary of when we first play tested this show. So it's been a year of making this thing, and I'm so excited that I get to keep doing this. I hope people are enjoying it. I love having my friends here with me tonight. Before we get to that, a couple of announcements. As I've been saying recently, the show is now on Twitter and Instagram at IMDb Game. I don't know how I got the handle, but I had to grab it. So now go and follow the show on either or both of those if you have those services. And as always, you can join the Facebook group, search Inappropriate Movie Database or click the link in the description. That's like the community of the show. That's where you get to go and hang out with everybody. It's a mostly a pretty good group of people. We've got this is the last show of the month, which means we have a whole new month coming up, all new themes. I'm booking for that show right now. We still have some dates available with spaces. So if you're watching this and you think I could do that, I believe you. Please reach out to me. I want to have you on the show. We even have some space coming up on Thursday night show, 8 p.m. Eastern. We're doing threequels. We're doing the sequel to this show, which will be threequels. It's very confusing. Episode 69, that's fun. We need a couple more people for that. So if you're interested, please reach out. I said also, I don't know if there's an also. Like I said, the show tonight is sequels. We're doing just number twos this episode. In preparation for that, I wanted to watch a sequel I had never seen, so I went to HBO Max today, not a sponsor, and I had never seen Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, The Secret of the Ooze, and I'm so happy to report it's very bad. So don't watch that if you have the chance.
But it's the best one.
How dare you?
Is it?
Yeah, it's the best Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie.
I don't know if you've seen that movie recently. It's
I don't know if you've seen the other ones.
So now that I have all my players angry at me, let me introduce them. Joining me on the show tonight are Josh Pick, Lloyd, Legacy Sharp, Mike Giordano, and Sammie James. Welcome, everybody.
Hey.
First off, this is going to be the end of his 3-show run. I'm so happy that he keeps coming back to the show. I love seeing his face. I love having him here. Lloyd, Legacy Sharp, back on the show. Hey, Lloyd.
Thumbs up emoji. So you may have noticed me up here in the corner, or down there, wherever you are in the YouTube. I don't know what you do. I've just been pantomiming approval for everything. Nick over here, there, wherever he is. I don't know where you're sitting. I'm here to lose again because that's what I do. But the fact that I keep doing it allows other people to win and allows me to not have to win so they can't. So I'm basically doing the show a service. I'm here to help others. It's what I do here in the community.
I mean, that's a nice service, but it's a little too selfless. Lloyd, I want you to win this show at some point.
I mean,
right now,
it can happen.
Your first show, you got 1 point. Your second show, you got -1 point, if I remember correctly. There's nowhere to go but up.
Down is still a place to go.
I got 1 point, and then I started listening to the other Josh P. Poirier, who said, "I think you should take more than one guess." And this is what happens when we listen to white people. We end up going down.
You listened to the wrong Josh P.
Well, can I say that, like, to spoil the last episode, still watch it. It was so much fun. you were the only person to guess My Little Pony the movie after I mentioned it was a cartoon with ponies in it.
I was watching that one, and I was good. What the hell happened there, Nick?
Good question.
Well, every now and then Martin Luther King's dream does come true, and it was around that time of the month. So, thank you, Dr. King.
Exactly what he was talking about.
That was it.
I will ask, because I mentioned one up top. This might be too broad of a question, but Lloyd, do you have like a favorite second movie? A favorite number 2, a favorite sequel?
Well, since Mass Effect 2 isn't a movie, my favorite sequel of all time, and it's weird because I don't even think it's the best sequel ever. It's just my personal favorite. Spider-Man 2.
Perfect. Great choice. It's one of the best, if not the best, Spider-Man still.
I agree.
Yeah,
I would say Batman Returns, but I don't think that's a sequel. Batman had movies before the Tim Burton Batman. That's why nobody could ever get rid of a bomb. So I don't think that counts.
Well, I was hoping that this game might be easier tonight because y'all know that that every movie is a sequel. But if you're overthinking things like that, things aren't going to look good for tonight.
Right.
Right. I'm going to tell you right now, Batman Returns is a sequel. It's a number 2.
Okay, cool.
It might not pop up tonight, but I need you to know that that's on the table.
Cool. Good. Thank you.
Lloyd, thank you so much for being here. Also returning to the show, always love having her on. Fresh off her recording, her new special. I'm so happy she made time for us. Sammie James back on the show. Hey, Sammie.
Hey, it's self-released. It's not a big deal.
It is a big. Anytime you can sit down with your material and present it like in that fashion, that's a huge deal.
All right.
Like, you've been working on this for a while. I mean, I don't like. I follow you on social media. I know you've been trying to get this done.
Yeah, it was. Listen, the pandemic threw a bunch of stuff in the way of that.
But you accomplished it, and that's what matters. And the people are going to get to see it soon.
Sure.
And that's why it's a big deal.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for coming back. Same question I asked Lloyd. Again, maybe too big of a question. If there's just any off the top of your head.
Oh, it is. Listen, there probably are some that I like more than this. But like the second you asked it to Lloyd, I had my answer. It's Terminator 2. It's Terminator 2.
One. Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Terminator 2 is the best Terminator 2.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yep.
Well, you're the only Terminator 2. It's easy to be the best.
Here's the thing. Like, Terminator is a movie, I guess, starting with 2, every Terminator sequel is a reboot. I don't know of any other franchise that does that, but every sequel to Terminator ignores everything that happened in every other Terminator and gives you a new Terminator. And Terminator 2 is the best one.
Arnold is the only through line.
He's only kind of in Salvation. His face is in Salvation. But yeah, Terminator 2, excellent choice. One of the best. Also, returning to the show, again, so happy every time he's here. He's been cleaning up on this show, and I'm wondering if that's going to continue tonight. Mike Giordano is back on the show. Hey, Mike.
Hey, what's up? Much like this.
I was just going to say, I'm introducing you like that, and I feel like I introduced you like that last time and jinxed you.
Yeah.
So am I doing that on purpose? I guess we'll see. How you been? How are you?
I've been all right. Much like this episode with my Crohn's disease, I'm only doing number 2s. So,
First one of the night.
I'm actually good news. Showing signs of clinical remission for once in my life. So there we go.
Wonderful.
Hey.
Yeah. So
Congratulations.
I won't be bleeding as much, hopefully.
Well, jumping away from that, I think you know the next question I'm going to ask you. Sequels. What do you think?
Yeah. Well, the thing is, Terminator 2 is already taken, but it's also like I started an emergency list of sequels that I knew. Terminator 2 is the only thing I wrote down.
I really hope it comes up tonight, then.
Yeah. I guess.
Funny in my head. Like,
But it did make me think, like, I remember as a kid being surprised that there was a prequel to Terminator 2 because that was the first and only Terminator that I had watched, and I watched it over and over again. Mm-hmm. And then I found out, oh, there's another one where he's the bad guy?
That is an amazing way to watch those movies.
Yeah, and it's a required way to watch the movies. You know, you don't really have to watch the first one because by now the whole thing has been spoiled, you know, about Arnold being the good guy this time.
I mean, they spoiled that in the trailer for the movie. So you're going to go with Terminator 2 too?
I'll go with another movie that I did not know was a sequel until like years later, which is Rescuers Down Under.
Another great choice. I think those came out around the same time.
Most of my movie knowledge is from 1992.
Well, I hope that some early 90s pop up here. Thank you for coming back. Finally returning to the show, as he's done 25 times almost. Always on this show. Always happy to see him. Never know what he's going to bring to the table. Josh Pick returns to the show. Hey, Josh.
Hi, Nick.
So this is I did the math. You might get your 5th win tonight.
I was considering just quitting because my record is 4-20. And that's fun.
Yeah.
That's the weed number.
So why did you come back?
I don't know. I didn't honestly remember I was booked on this until I got the group chat invitation earlier today, and I said, "Oh, I guess I'm on this tonight." I said to myself. That's what I said. They said it.
Never forget, Josh.
Inside my brain. Hey, this isn't 9/11.
Well, I don't know if I should be asking you the question I've asked everyone else. You've had plenty of time to think. Do you have an answer?
To what?
That's what I thought. Josh,
what?
Do you like any number 2s? I shouldn't have asked that.
That's a bad way to ask that question, buddy. I'll just, in the interest of, who cares? Like what I'm gonna say, Saving Private Ryan again. That's my favorite sequel.
Putting Private Ryan back.
They forget about they went to get him and then they forgot him and they had to go back and get him again. I like
Saving Private Ryan 2 Lost in New York. They left without Private Ryan again.
Yeah, I just can't. Sarge, we forgot Private Ryan again.
Darn it, Josh, given your whole gimmick, you should have said my favorite sequel is the Marathon Incident.
Oh, like the bombing?
I mean, that's close to that too.
Anyway, my real answer is Addams Family Values.
Oh yeah,
that is
which is also maybe the only good comedy sequel.
Wow, I mean,
I know there's another couple of decent comedy sequels are bad. They're almost exclusively bad.
Yeah, that's true.
The second Anchorman is dog shit. The second Dumb and Dumber is fine, but it's not like it doesn't need to be.
What do you mean by the second Dumb and Dumber?
What?
What do you mean by the second Dumb and Dumber? Which one?
Oh, yeah, good point. The real Dumb and Dumber, the real Dumb and Dumber 2. Not that.
The one with Eric
that
Christian Olsen.
Nope, we're just moving on. That never happened.
Bob would like a word.
Well, thank you so much, everybody, for coming back to the show. Let's see if any of those pop up tonight. You all know how the game works. If this is your first time watching, here's what's going to happen. I have gone to IMDb, the Internet Movie Database, and I have pulled parental warnings for a bunch of movies, all sequels tonight. These parental warnings, again, don't know who writes them. I know Josh Poirier tried to write a couple and put them into the show that he posted, and I wasn't happy with that. But, he hosted the show. It's his show. He can do what he wants. I would never do that. I grabbed these from anonymous weirdos. I love them. I don't know why they do what they do, but I have a show out of it. I'm going to read these parental warnings. My friends here are going to try to guess the sequel. Like I said, all of these are number 2, so I hope this helps. It might not. There might be some real problems tonight. I guess we'll see. Only one way to find out, and that's by starting this show. Woo! And to do that, Josh, pick. You get first pick. Do you want a movie from 1980, 2014, or 2021?
1980.
Uh-huh. All right, first movie of the night from 1980 for 5 points. Under alcohol, drugs, and smoking, the villain and another man are frequently seen smoking cigars. Josh is going to guess right off the bat, and so is Mike. Anybody else? Normally I don't do this, but I'm going to go to Josh first. Josh, what do you think this movie is?
Well, it came out in 1980.
Uh-huh.
And we all know a famous sequel came out that year.
Uh-huh.
Star Wars 2, the part where the Ewok and the guy who Darth Vader are smoking cigars together. And I don't know what the fuck it is.
That's
Leave me
how
alone.
you got those burns.
Yeah. burns?
Mike, what movie do you think this is?
It's also part of the Star Wars universe, but Godfather Part 2?
Yeah, in that movie, they revealed that Robert De Niro has been his father the whole time.
Yeah.
It is not whatever Josh was saying, and it is not Godfather Part 2. For 4
I'll make
points
him a
under the
Death Star.
category
He
of
can't
violence
refuse.
and gore. Under violence and gore, terrorists threaten to destroy Paris with a hydrogen bomb. Mike buzzed in real quick with that. Anybody
God
else?
damn.
I just changed my mind. Yeah.
Mike has changed his mind.
What was the year again?
1980.
Yeah, no, it's not what I thought it was.
All right, for 3 points. Also under violence and gore, the trio attack Mount Rushmore, defacing 3 of the faces into their own likenesses and destroy Lincoln's face.
I've seen this. I know what this is.
The trio?
Sequel.
The trio, they attack Mount Rushmore.
There are 3 Musketeers where they attack Mount Rushmore?
All right, for 2 points, also under violence and gore, the Phantom Zone prisoners murder 3 astronauts on the moon. I see Mike, I see Lloyd, Josh, Sammie, anything? Sammie's also
Sammie's
taking a
muted.
guess.
No.
Sammie, what movie do you think this is?
Superman 2, which it was a gut reaction when you first asked it, but now I know it.
Lloyd, what movie do you think this is?
Superman 2.
Mike, what movie do you think this is?
Superman 2.
This movie, of course, is Superman 2.
I've never seen it. I don't like the Superman movies. They're not.
I did not remember Zod smoking a cigar.
Yeah.
No, I think they're talking about Lex Luthor.
No.
Lex
it was,
Luthor, and I
You
think
said both villains, didn't you?
no, I said the villain and another man, who
well,
I think
fair.
is Perry White. I want to say
No,
is the
there's
other man.
Isn't there a part where Lois gets a couple cigars of her Superman and says, I finally killed Clark Kent. that dead bitch, and Superman's like, yeah. 'Cause he's Clark Kent.
I'm sure those
Final-
are fans.
That wasn't- That was stupid. You're right. I'm sorry.
Final clue in that, under frightening and intense scenes, a woman deliberately jumps into a fast-moving river, hoping to force the hero to reveal his powers to save her. Although she is in deadly danger of drowning, he manages to save her without exposing his secret identity by severing a large tree branch with his heat vision and having it become a flotation device for her, while he descends on foot into the river to pull her back out.
I'll never forget that scene because I thought, oh, she's got him now. She's gonna get him the reveal. I'm like, oh shit, he didn't.
This is a real fun sentence to say. Lloyd and Sammie, you are tied in first place right now with 2 points each.
Wow.
Mike in second with 1,
Yeah!
Josh at -1.
Yeah.
Lloyd, would you like a movie from 1990, 2014, or 2018?
1990, please.
1990. From 1990, for 5 points, under violence and gore, a goblin is thrown down a flight of stairs. Another goblin attacks, and that is also thrown down the stairs. Josh and Sammie have both buzzed in. Anybody else?
Not yet.
Mike is also going to take a guess. Mike, what movie do you think this is?
Troll 2?
Sammie, what movie do you think this is?
Ones too.
Josh, what movie do you think this is?
Goblins 3.
Okay.
Poorly named.
So
movie.
happy you're back on the show, buddy.
Me too. I don't know
It
it.
is
What
not
else am I
Gremlins
supposed to
2.
do?
It is the Goblins of Troll 2.
Yeah.
Troll 2, all
Yeah.
about goblins.
Another movie I saw without any kind of context.
That's fine. Any context ruins that movie.
Yeah.
I have only seen the documentary about that movie.
The other clues in Troll 2, under sex and nudity, one minor comic sex scene involving 2 characters eating corn on the cob out of each other's mouth.
Yep.
And popcorn starts popping by magic.
Man, I haven't seen
Violence
that in
and
like
gore.
20 years.
Violence and
Good
gore, a
rules.
boy, after talking to the ghost of his grandpa, climbs on the table and pees on the food. The father takes him into his room, slams him on the bed, and tells him that they will all starve now because of what he did. The father then tells the boy that he will have to suffer through hunger pains. Also featuring one of my favorite lines, "You don't piss on hospitality." Violence and gore, a boy walks into his kitchen looking for his mom and finds her eviscerated torso on the table with goblins around it eating green slime and ooze from within. This is a fairly graphic scene, but shorter than the previous goblin eating scene in the church. And frightening and intense scenes. There are some scenes that can be gross and creepy, but most of the movie is laughably terrible, badly acted, terribly written, and with bad special effects. But no matter how horrendous this movie is, it's also really entertaining to watch and laugh at. But small children may still be scared by the gore and the troll effects. Mike, you have now moved into the lead with 6 points. Lloyd in second with 2, Sammie at 1, Josh at -2. Mike, would you like a movie from 1991, 2014, or 2017?
Let's keep it in the 90s. 91.
91.
Oh, whoops.
Real, just jumping in now, thinking you know.
I mean, I do have a guess just based on the year, but I'll hold on.
From 1991 for 5 points, under sex and nudity, Josh has the Italian flag up. Under sex and nudity, a man and a woman have sex in the streets. They are fully clothed. They begin kissing, and the man pushes her against the wall. He pushes up her skirt and undoes his belt. He thrusts into her, and she moans with pleasure until they reach implied orgasm.
I take back my guess.
For 4 points under violence and gore, the antagonist crushes a man's genitals before throwing him out the window. The dead man's bloody face is shown up close.
Oh, this sounds so familiar.
Josh, what movie do you think this is?
RoboCop 12.
It is not RoboCop 12.
Yeah. No, I realized that it wasn't what I thought it was, so I panicked.
For 3 points under frightening intense scenes, this is a very bizarre and stupidly executed film, which is very tonally imbalanced. The antagonist may be disturbing for some. The love scene is very disgusting and distracting for the viewers.
Huh.
For 2 points under violence and gore, 2 characters are shot with heavy gunfire and spattered with blood. They wake up later comically bragging about where the bullets went.
Is there a sequel to that movie?
Maybe. Don't know what movie that is. All right. Well,
Wait,
Mike, what do you think this movie is?
is it The Prophecy 2?
That is a good guess. It is not The Prophecy 2. Prophecy 1 has like Viggo Mortensen as like weird genderqueer Lucifer. It's amazing. Just watch him. Finally, 1 point under violence and gore. The story surrounds a group of immortals who battle with swords. Thus, there's lots of blood
God damn it.
and heads
My
being
hand is
chopped
up.
off.
I just hit a wrong button, but my hand is up.
Okay. Lloyd, is your
I
hand
feel-
up? Oh, Josh is gone.
No, wow. I don't know what happened here.
Josh, do you want to answer this?
It's Highlander 2.
Sammie, what do you think?
It's Highlander 2.
Mike?
Highlander 2, The Quickening?
Yeah, it is the quickening.
I'll give it all to all of you. It is Highlander 2, The Quickening.
I can't even tell you how
I forgot about all of those movies.
I don't know why I said Addams Family Values. I think probably my favorite sequel is Highlander 2.
Which is weird because there can only be one.
Yeah.
And there
First
should have been.
No, that's a dumb thing to say.
That
Nick.
series, though.
It all falls apart when they make the movies, more of the movies in the early 2000s with Mario Van Peebles. But the second one is great. You got what's his name there? Michael Ironsides as the villain.
Okay, the only thing that matters is that one of those IMDb rating, one of those that was a review. That wasn't a quote. That was a review. This is a very weird, stupid movie with dumb content. That's not a clue. That's a review.
Yeah, sometimes people will put reviews into the parental guide, and other people will tag them and say, "Hey, don't do that."
I feel really stupid right now. I might just I gotta say I'm not surprised because I've known Lloyd for 5 years, and earlier I called him Leonard. So I'm just gonna take a mulligan here, and I'm gonna sit a few plays out. You go on without me.
All right, jump in if you feel like it. Josh, I will be going to you in a little bit. First,
I'm right here.
Go to Sammie.
I gotta, yeah.
Okay, no, take a walk. Take a lap.
Yeah.
Sammie, would you like a movie from 1980, 2005, or 2019?
Was that 1980?
1980.
Yeah, I'll take that.
All right, 1980 for 5 points under profanity. A man yells, "Then I'll see you in hell," before he goes on a rescue mission while objecting others.
I know it.
Josh has already returned to the game with hand raised. Anybody else?
Yeah.
Josh.
Oh, this one
what's
actually
movie?
is. This one actually is Star Wars 2. Too many Death Stars. No, it's The Empire Strikes Back.
Josh, you've redeemed yourself. That was a nice, quick little break for you. This is Star Wars Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back.
They have a concept of hell?
That's well, Han Solo does.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Yes, they do have a concept of hell. It's called Attack of the Clones.
Got him.
I think it's called a Christmas special, actually.
Holiday special. They don't have Christ. They have Life Day.
It's Life Day, that's right.
And many people have been angry that I've used that on the show multiple times.
Yeah, notably Rob Crane.
Uh-huh.
Well, it's not a second sequel, so it's not a first sequel, so it's fine.
Well, technically, it is the second Star Wars movie.
It's the fifth
But I guess
one.
it's not in the canon. The other clues in Empire Strikes Back, under violence and gore, a man is tortured off screen, though the very first bits of the treatment, the man being placed face first into a sparkling electric device, are depicted.
That's also Han Solo.
We hear audible screams from the outside of the closed doorway to the torture room. Frightening, intense scenes. The snow creature can be frightening to young children. In the remastered version, there is a potential jump scare involving the creature. Even the creature's actions can be quite scary as they happen so fast. Violence and gore. The back of a man's horribly scarred head, enough to be bald, is briefly shown.
God, no.
And violence and gore, a man's hand is cut off by his opponent in an intense, prolonged lightsaber duel
His
in which
opponent.
both participants are generally battered and injured.
That's how I would describe their relationship.
They are... Mike still in the lead with 6 points. Josh
Why is
at
that so funny
3.
to me?
Lloyd and Sammie tied at 2. Josh, back up to you.
Oh no.
Would you like a movie from 1981, 1985, or 2019?
Let's do 85.
85. Okay. From 1985 for 5 points. Under sex and nudity. A boy is nearly naked as he sleeps and wears very revealing underwear in many scenes.
Oh fuck. I actually know it. I remember being creeped out by this. Oh man.
I would love if you knew what this movie was based on that.
Me too. I mean, I guess not, because this is online, but me too.
For 4 points, also under sex and nudity, filled with a lot of homoerotic, subtle and blatant imagery throughout.
I'm wrong.
Sammie's gonna take a guess.
I'm
Anybody
wrong,
else?
but going from that, is this Nightmare 2?
You mean Freddy's Revenge?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is Nightmare on Elm Street 2.
I used to have a horror podcast.
I watched this around Halloween with my roommate. God damn it. Yeah, okay.
Definitely not the first thing I remember from that movie, boys in skinny tights.
I don't know why not. It is
Seems like a you problem, Lloyd.
Probably because when I first saw that, that was pretty much my description of where I was in my life at the time.
It's surprisingly, I think, holds up better now than back then. Like, it is a fun horror movie.
Listen, that
It really is.
the dance makes it. The dance.
The dance is amazing. And if you haven't seen it, the documentary
Oh, it's
Scream Queen,
fantastic.
amazing. All about the guy who starred in this movie.
Yeah.
It's so good. Look that up. Other clues in this: under sex and nudity, a man's clothes are stripped from him by ghostly forces, revealing his naked rear end. His bare buttocks are then whipped with a towel up close. No frontal nudity. Frightening and intense scenes, the entire mood of the film is more funny than dark. It may disturb ages 6 and under viewers, but many will find the scariest scenes goofy and weird and funny. I'm convinced a child wrote that. And under violence and gore, Freddy is very funny. No dark scenes almost.
Almost.
Uh-huh. Mike and Sammie now tied in the lead at 6 points each. Lloyd,
They're all
Josh
my
at
points
3,
now.
Lloyd at 2. Lloyd, would you like a movie from 1977, 1986, or 2018?
You know what? 2018.
2018.
Oh.
I think the first movie newer than the early 90s we've done tonight.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
Let's see if anybody gets it. From 2018 for 5 points, under profanity, there are more uses of shit than Kick-Ass 2 from 2013.
Gas 2 again? The one with all the shits in it?
4 points under frightening and intense scenes. In the PG-13 cut, violence, language, drug use, and sexual content and jokes are all toned down. Mike is buzzed in. Anybody else? Mike, what movie do you think this is?
Shit. No, it's not that, but I'll just say it anyway. The Suicide Squad. That's from last year.
It is
Yeah.
not the Suicide Squad.
This isn't a guess, but I should have said Alvin and the Chipmunks the Squeakquel.
More shits than Kick-Ass 2. They wrote that on the poster.
Yeah. Well, the PG-13 version is a lot different than the other version.
For 3 points under violence and gore, in one fight sequence, 2 characters kill roughly 20 attackers using various methods. In another sequence of expository flashback scenes, one character kills 50 to 60 people, some for comedic effect, many gruesome, many on screen, including close-ups of their death implements. A man getting killed with a chainsaw is seen from a distance. Blood is spraying from a distance. Lloyd is going to take a guess. Anybody else? Lloyd, what movie do you think this is?
Deadpool 2?
It is Deadpool 2. Lloyd, you got it.
Hey.
Yeah.
Well done for what I assume will be the last time you buzz in this game.
He's been pretty active this game.
He has been. Like I said, it can only go up.
Well, it
The
took him
other
like a
clues in
half
this
dozen
under
games, but
no, he's this is his 14th game.
I don't know how to count, Nick.
Under alcohol, drugs, and smoking, the main character is seen drinking and using drugs. He places a bag of cocaine in the mouth area of his mask and pushes it so it explodes in his face all around him. He is also
If the
seen
last one didn't get it, that
cigarettes.
one would have. Yep.
And frightening and intense scenes. The movie isn't violent, but I have to.
What?
Frightening and intense scenes. The movie isn't violent, but it is very violent. In fact, it is more violent than its predecessor.
Did Deadpool write that review?
It isn't violent, but it is very violent.
Yeah, is that a poor?
Deadpool wrote that.
Sammie, you're now in the lead with 6 points. Mike and Lloyd tied in second place with 5 points each. Josh at 3. It's a real close game. Way closer than I assumed this game would be.
Especially
I
with my
feel like
name
I should
involved.
fuck up that curve real quick.
All right. Mike, let's see how this goes. Would you like a movie from 2004, 2013, or 2017?
2013.
Oh, Lord.
2013.
Here for me. Well,
From 2013 for 5 points. Under Sex and Nudity, brief sex scene that lasts around 30 seconds. Not much is shown, but can be cringy to watch with your parents or kids. Mike is going to take a guess. Anybody else? Mike, what do you think?
Is it 2013's Kick-Ass 2?
That is a perfect guess and would have been amazing. Unfortunately, it is not Kick-Ass 2.
I wrote it down too.
I don't think you should take a point away. That's really good.
I
That would've
mean,
been so
that
good.
is the best anybody's ever played this game to get a point taken away.
Yeah.
If there were integrity points in this game, he should have got at least one.
Uh-huh.
Oh man.
For 4
Oh, man.
points under Violence and Gore, the main character punches a shark. Josh has buzzed in. Anybody else? Josh, what do you think?
2013's Kick-Ass 2. Can I dip back into that well, or is
I
Already
mean,
done.
you're welcome to.
no? I don't know.
Okay.
I don't. I don't remember that. I remember. 2013 is a weird blur of Cape Cod and Barbiturates for me, so I don't know.
This is a clue that is more helpful when the theme isn't number 2, so I apologize. I didn't rewrite any of these. For 3 points under Sex and Nudity, not as bad as the first one.
Oh,
my God.
So sorry, everyone.
that should have been the 5-point clue.
That is
That's so funny.
all the journalism right there.
Well, it's
For
a
2
sequel.
points. For 2
Maybe it's
points
Kick-Ass 2.
under Violence and Gore, a large group of men and women engage in a battle with weapons such as axes, guns, bats, and tridents. Mike, I think, knows the answer. Does anybody else? Sammie also wants to buzz in. Josh, Lloyd, anything?
Nope.
I'm not sure.
No.
No, I'll keep it.
Sammie, what do you think?
I don't feel confident with this, but Anchorman 2.
Mike, what do you think?
Anchorman 2.
Sammie, I would suggest prefacing all of your guesses with "I don't feel confident about this" because you're right every time. This is
No, I really am.
The legend continues.
I forgot
movie
that
that
came
Josh
out a
picked.
decade
You
later.
got me. You had me at Trident. That scene.
Oh,
is-
man. I forgot that. I thought that came out like. Oh man. Yeah. No. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know when anything comes out. So.
Yeah.
It's almost 10
Oh.
years ago now.
Uh-huh.
The hell?
Bad movie.
The first
I watched-
Anchorman is almost 20 years old.
Oh,
Yeah. 2003.
Jesus.
So that's not as bad as the first one, apparently.
Well, the sex isn't. Final clue in this under alcohol, drugs,
Oh,
and
man.
smoking. News anchors smoke crack in live television.
That would have done it.
Punch a shark.
Sammie, you're in the lead with 8 points. Mike at 6. Lloyd at 5. Josh at 3. And I think this is going on to Sammie.
All right.
Sammie, a different cluster here. Would you like a movie from 1991, 1994, or 1999?
94.
94. From 1994, For 5 points under sex and nudity, a young woman wears clothes that bears her belly button.
No way. A 1994 movie?
1994.
Uh,
For 4 points under sex and nudity, the protagonist does not wear a shirt.
No, he wore a shirt.
That is as quiet as I've seen everybody during this whole game. You're all in it now. For 3 points, also under sex and nudity, the man who sharpens the sword that will be used for the protagonist's execution is shirtless.
What?
Braveheart
So,
too?
watch out, there's a shirtless executioner in this movie.
Oh, I feel like I know. what you're saying.
Mike, what movie do you think this is?
Bloodsport 2.
It is not Bloodsport 2.
Hmm.
For 2 points under violence and gore, in the villain's song, he dismembers a genie. Mike is buzzed in again. Anybody else? All right, Mike, what movie do you think this is?
Return of Jafar.
That's the one.
Yes.
This is Return of Jafar.
That came out a year after the first one?
2
years
years.
after the first one? Wow, I thought
That was straight to video, I think.
You
right?
know I've blocked every
Oh.
Disney movie out.
Oh, okay, all right.
Return
I
of
thought
Jafar.
it was. Oh, I wouldn't have known the name of it though.
Actually,
Oh, man.
not a bad movie, especially considering that that Homer Simpson replaces Robin
Yeah,
Williams.
Robin Williams isn't there. I remember
My
it
brain
being
went
that
okay.
makes sense.
faster too.
They also they give
man.
Gilbert Gottfried a song to sing, so that's fun.
That is
Final
funny.
clue under violence and gore: a bird kicks an evil genie's lamp into the lava, and it melts as the evil genie dies in a painful way.
Damn.
Sammie still in the lead at 8 points. Mike moves closer at 7. Lloyd at 5. Josh at 3. We've got one more go around left. 4 movies left. Really, anybody can take this game. Josh, we're going to go back to you. You're not going to like this. Would you like a movie from 2014, 2018, or 2021?
Fuck it, 2021. Everything is a nightmare.
All right.
Oh, you piece of
2021.
shit.
This movie came out last year.
Call your bluff.
For 5 points under frightening and intense
Guess it wasn't a
scenes,
bluff, but
the fantasy and supernatural creatures may frighten younger viewers, whilst being incredibly stylized. Mike's going to take a guess. Anybody else?
yeah. No. Fuck you.
All right, Mike. What
Get
do you
him,
think?
Mike.
Fantastic Beasts 2.
It is not Fantastic Beasts 2.
I was
Oh,
gonna guess
man.
that, and I'm glad I did
It
it.
sounds like it should have been it.
Yeah.
Is it because I
Right?
said the word fantasy?
Yes.
I
Maybe.
said fantasy creatures, so you thought
Maybe,
Fantastic
yeah.
Beasts?
Yes.
It's
Okay.
very,
cool.
Yes.
it's very likely that it was just a really basic word association, but
Yeah.
oh, fuck you, buddy. Let's go. Come on, keep it going. Come on, this is great. We're having so much fun. This game rules. Come on,
For 4 points.
Let's go.
4 points. For 4 points under sex and nudity, some comedic, moderate sexual dialogue, such as references to 69, and a woman
Cool.
who, in conversation with her partner, says, quote, "that beautiful monster between your legs."
Oh
Oh my, no.
no, I know what this
I
is.
had an
but-
idea and now I don't.
Oh,
Pretty
no.
sure I've seen this.
This
Is it Fantastic Beasts 2?
yeah. Is this 2013's Kick-Ass 2?
3 points under violence and gore. One character eats multiple people throughout the film.
No, I guess it's not what I was
I
thinking
don't
it might be.
No, that wasn't the second movie. That wasn't the second movie.
For 2
Magic
points.
Mike people?
Under violence and gore, bloody comical sequences of stylized fantasy violence with plenty of blood sprays, including shootings, stabbings, decapitations, and fistfights. This is all clearly seen and often very graphic and gory.
Fuck.
What?
Oh no.
You proud of yourself, Nick?
I am so proud of myself. I always love when the most recent movie nobody has any idea. For 1 point under frightening and intense scenes, this is easily one of the most violent superhero movies ever made in recent years, topping Justice League Apocalypse War and going on par with The Boys.
I don't know.
Mike has
Oh, we
buzzed in.
should know.
Nobody else
Somebody-
has any ideas? All right, Mike, yours to
I feel-
lose. What do you think?
I feel like a real idiot because I'm pretty sure I guessed this earlier with the Suicide Squad.
Yeah, Mike, this time it's the Suicide Squad.
I didn't
You know what?
see it.
I actually saw that movie.
Oh my God.
I was like,
Waiting for you, Mike.
Yeah, I'm ashamed of myself.
Oh man, I'm so glad I chose 2021. Thank you, Nick.
Well,
What a
y'all got
fun-
0 points for that one, but Mike, you worked hard for that 0.
Yeah, you really earned that one, buddy.
See, the thing is, that movie felt like it was from a better time, and it made sense that it came out in 2018.
All right.
I
Nothing
agree,
good
buddy.
happened in 2021.
Lloyd, would you like a movie from 1981, 2005, or 2018?
First of all, I must counter what Mike said. One good thing happened in 2021. 2020 ended. Now then, 2005.
2005. I also say that the start of this show was one of the best things that happened, and I think everyone can agree that was pretty good, and nobody feels bad right now.
Also, I got married in 2021. I forgot. I guessed something. You know, just because this is on record, I should say that. You know.
Good save, Mike.
Yeah.
You did it. But no,
Really
those
worked
Suicide Squad
hard for
reminded
that
you
no
of better
points.
times.
Yes. Better times.
2005
Better times before I
is what
ruined
Lloyd
my
said.
life. Getting married.
All right, 2005 is this movie. For 5 points, under frightening and intense scenes, there are many scenes that contain some imagery that may be considered very creepy to some. I just see Mike buzzed in. Mike, what do you think?
Jeepers Creepers 2.
I gotta tell you, I will never use a Jeepers Creepers movie on this show.
Ah.
I'm not that guy.
Oh, right. Yeah, there's
yeah,
something weird about
no.
that. I don't remember what it is, but it's
No,
it's
go
bad.
Google. Go Google the director of Jeepers Creepers.
You
Right
want
now,
to just
every-
tell us? I don't want. I don't want to. You just tell
I
me.
unfortunately know this.
Mhm.
You
He
just tell
fucked
me.
kids and then got more movies after the fact.
Oh.
Oh.
So
Well,
yeah,
it's not
no
shocking
Jeepers
anymore.
Creepers on this show.
Okay.
For 4 points under violence and gore, the villain shoots at the main character repeatedly in various scenes with cartoonish excess.
Is it Jeepers Creepers 2?
For 3 points under violence and gore, the dog tries to give the baby a firecracker disguised as a rattle. The baby gives it back disguised as a bone and blows up the dog.
Oh.
Definitely not what I thought it was. I didn't guess that.
For 2 points under violence and gore, Loki, the main character, and the baby fight violently using guns, electricity, explosives, and garbage dumpsters. The baby works magic to slam Loki between them. They look charred at times in a cartoon fashion, but are otherwise okay later.
Loki and the baby.
Just confusion all around.
So much.
2005, huh?
Did even movies come out then?
A couple of them. This and maybe one more.
What else came out in 2005?
The final clue for 1 point under violence and gore, the dog, while under the influence of the mask, bites someone's crotch.
Oh,
That's why.
All right.
That's why.
Yeah.
I see a lot of O's except
Yeah.
for Lloyd. Lloyd, no? You don't have to. I'm not gonna force
fine,
you.
yes,
Don't-
fine.
All right, Lloyd, what is this movie?
Is it Loki's Son of the Mask?
Josh, what do you think?
Son of the Mask.
Sammie, what do you think?
Now I know what the second Mask movie was called, Son of the Mask. That was the Mask.
Mike, what do you think?
Yeah.
Son of the Mask.
Loki isn't in the title, but I'll give it to you anyway. It is Son of the Mask.
Oh,
Man.
Thank you.
Everybody's favorite comedian, Jamie Kennedy.
Yeah, I know it's Jamie. Oh man.
And Loki. Loki is the villain of Son of the
Man.
Mask.
Was that like 8? Was that a whole decade later?
Uh-huh.
I almost
they,
pulled the trigger.
The piece of trivia I know is that they had a sequel planned and had a contest in Nintendo Power for a walk-on role in the sequel that a guy won, and then the movie never got made. So they're like, would you just like a jacket or something? And they gave him a jacket. We've got 2 movies left. Sammie's still in the lead at 9 points. Mike at 7, Lloyd at 6, Josh at 4. Mike, would you like a movie from 1977, 1986, or 2017?
86.
86. From 1986, penultimate movie for 5 points under sex and nudity. This movie has extensive amount of strong graphic violence and gore. For those watching this movie, please enjoy the flick and feel comfortable to seeing with viewing this type of film. Enjoy. Peace.
I don't know if I can trust the first half based on the second half.
One of my favorite finds of any movie.
86?
86.
I
And
really.
I'll read it again. I
feel like I got punched in the face, to be quite honest.
This movie has extensive amount of strong graphic violence and for gore. For those watching this movie, please enjoy the flick and feel comfortable to seeing when viewing this type of film. Enjoy. Peace. Mike, what movie is that?
RoboCop 2.
Josh, what movie is that?
86?
86.
I think I'm off by a year, but it could be it, because it could be almost anything. Is it Aliens?
Mike, now it's your turn. What do you think?
RoboCop 2?
It is not Aliens, and it is not RoboCop 2.
Oh, man.
That sounds like an IMDb thing I would have written in 1986. That's the year I was born, and that's where my English would be around that time.
That's pretty good for a not even 1-year-old.
I mean, the fact that there are sometimes things like that in the parental guide is why I made this show. So whoever that person is, thank you so much for that gift. For 4 points under frightening and intense scenes, the dark humor in this movie may be found to be a bit disturbing by some viewers. For 3 points under violence and gore, a man is seen making sawing motions with his weapon off screen on a body, implying that he is cutting and disemboweling it. For 2 points under violence and gore, the movie is notably more violent than the first, but it is still relatively tame when compared to other R-rated slashers. Mike and Josh have both buzzed in. Sammie, Lloyd, anything?
No.
Sammie, I'm surprised you don't have a guess.
I'm gonna regret it.
I do, but I'm not confident enough in it. I won't
Say
be
it!
surprised
Every time you
by
say
this.
it, you get it. Throw it in there.
I'm not going to bully anybody. Mike, what do you think?
Friday the 13th, Part 2.
Josh, what do you think?
Yeah.
Josh, are you still there?
Yeah. Friday the 13th, Part 2.
It is not Friday the 13th, Part 2.
I was
God.
Ugh.
Final clue for 1 point under violence and gore. A woman grabs a chainsaw and swings it at a man who falls off the ledge and down the side of a mountain into a cave. I see Mike and Josh and Sammie. Lloyd, do you want to take a guess?
remember this being
Lloyd, what do you think?
Is it part 2 of the Hitcher series?
Sammie, what do you think?
Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2? I'd throw him.
Mike, what do you think?
Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2.
Josh, what do you think?
Yeah, the Texas Chainsaw and the Massacre and the 2.
Unfortunately, it is not The Hitcher.
Oh.
This movie is one of my favorite sequels, Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 2.
I don't know what year movies come out.
This movie is amazing.
It
And,
is.
I love the first one, but I love the second one in an entirely different way.
This is the first time I've ever had points to spare, so I figured why not?
Yeah, and this is the first.
Scare yourself, the new one.
Yeah, I'm not hearing good things about that one. But then I just watched Next Generation for the first time recently.
Oh, that's an interesting
Matthew
one.
McConaughey and Renee Zellweger, where it doesn't know whether or not it's a comedy. It's something. There's a scene I love where this woman is just like on the ground in the middle of the road and a car stops and this other woman gets out and sees her and she's like, "Help me, can you please help me?" And the woman walks away and grabs a stick and comes back. "What are you doing? Are you gonna? No, don't hit me. Stop hitting me. Stop. And then she stops and just drags her into her car. And that is a scene in a Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie.
Oh, my Lord.
We've got one movie left, and it's almost anyone's game. Sammie, you are in the lead with 10 points. Mike, you can still catch up at 6. Lloyd, you can still catch up at 5. Josh, you're at 3. Sammie, you get to pick the last movie.
Uh-huh.
Would you like a movie from 1981, 1991, or 2004?
You know what? 2004.
2004. Mike is so disappointed that he doesn't get 5 points for Terminator 2. I'll just say that.
Same.
Mike has been waiting for that since the quickening. This movie is from 2004. It's the final movie of the night. For 5 points under violence and gore. A bolt of lightning shatters a window and sends glass falling onto a crowd of people below. Josh is the only one guessing. Why not? He could spoil this whole game. Josh, what do you think?
What year?
2004.
What was the clue?
A bolt of lightning shatters a window and sends glass falling onto a crowd of people below.
What was the year?
2004.
What was the clue?
A bolt of lightning shatters a window and sends glass falling onto a crowd of people below. 2004.
What was the year?
A bolt of lightning from 2004.
No, it was the year.
Yeah,
Was it
2004.
Powder 2.
God damn you. 4 points under violence and gore.
My
A
hand's still
woman's
up.
outfit squeaks and makes noises that sounds like flatulence.
Oh,
What was that?
that's my hand.
Violence and gore, a woman's outfit squeaks and makes sounds that sound like flatulence. Under violence and gore.
I know it.
All right, Josh.
Oh,
Hold on. Hey, you know what? I'm still going to go with Josh next because Mike seems way too excited. Josh, what do you think?
I forgot what I was gonna say. So Glengarry, Glen Ross too. The Quickening.
Mike, have you figured out what this movie is?
Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. It's not a sequel, is it? No. It's not a sequel. I'm an idiot.
Sure isn't a sequel. I'm so sorry.
Damn it. I thought it was for a second, and it has that joke in it, I'm sure of it.
It does have that joke.
Oh, shit.
Well, another one that proves that I didn't change these at all. So you're going to hate this.
Oh,
Under frightening intense scenes for 3 points, compared to the first film, this is more tame.
Right? I don't have a guess anymore.
Josh, go ahead.
Rescuers Down Under.
Nope.
Okay.
Josh hates ending in the positives if she's not going to win.
Yeah, fuck it, man.
2 points. Under violence and gore, a dog pretends to be foaming at the mouth. Josh is going to guess again. Anybody else want to stop Josh?
Yeah.
No? Oh, he's going to guess again next time, too. Josh, what's going to lead us into the last clue?
Forrest Gump 2, the one where he's a dog that pretends to foam with the mouth. Which isn't the actual
I've seen
title,
this.
but it's what people call it.
Well, final clue of the night.
Oh boy.
For 1 point under violence and gore, a group searches a house for clues. A dog sniffs a pair of boxer shorts and puts them on his head. And a man puts his head in the cone and dust and smoke comes out. Lloyd, you don't want to guess? You don't have to, Lloyd. Lloyd, what do you think?
The second in the Scooby-Doo series?
Josh, what do you think?
Beethoven's Second.
Sammy, what do you think?
Scooby-Doo 2, whatever that's called.
Wait, no.
Mike,
the
what do you
Shaggy
think?
VA.
I believe the actual title is Scooby-Doo.
That should have been the
It should have been.
But no, this is Scooby-Doo 2, Monsters Unleashed.
That's the name, yes.
That was Scooby-Doo 2. This was Inappropriate Movie Database. I'm so happy to say these results, honestly. In last place, with -2 points, is Josh picked. tied in second
The old
place.
scalawag.
One person with their high score, one person with their low score. 6 points for Lloyd and Mike.
All right.
Making our winner tonight, Sammie James, at 11
Hey.
points.
That's my high score.
That is your high score. We got the upset we wanted, and Lloyd, you just, you fucking killed it.
My breakout moment. I peaked.
I would like
Two of
to
you
say
killed it. Two of you kind of dropped the ball.
that I
Yeah.
think I'm the first to 20 losses, and now I'm the first to 20 plus losses.
That is very true.
I can't wait to see what the
Hopefully
second
no-
year of this show brings.
Well, thank you so
I had
much,
so
everybody,
many
for doing
sequels I was
this.
excited to guess.
None of them came up.
Not that. No.
Isn't there a crossover scene in Jay and Silent Bob
I
Strike
was
Back
so
or
excited to guess
Scooby-Doo
Cut
2?
Down on Me too.
Uh-huh. There sure is, and not
That
only
was on
that,
my mind too.
that
Sammy.
is
I
a
was-
clue. Yeah, were you on that episode pick?
Yeah.
I did Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back in the superhero episode, and I said that there's a clue where they're all smoking pot in a van, and a dog is smoking pot, and everybody guessed Scooby-Doo.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was there. I was there.
No, Lloyd, yes, you were there. You were absolutely there.
I was hoping
yeah.
for speed too.
Yeah, I tried. It's so hard to find clues that make you know that the movie is Speed 2.
Yeah, it's on a cruise ship.
Uh-huh. Cruise control.
Yeah.
I was waiting
Famously,
for an IMDb clue that said this movie should not be in the Grease series. Oh, Grease 2. Nailed it. 5 points.
Again, there's so little in the Grease 2 parental guide that gives away that it might be Grease 2.
And
I,
again, I'm not
I
saying
went
Grease 2
through
is a
so
bad
many
movie.
movies for this episode.
And here's the thing. Just for everybody out there that, oh, Grease 2. I'm not saying Grease 2 is a bad movie. It's just not a Grease movie. Difference.
I'll say that Grease isn't a good movie to balance it out.
He's right.
I will agree with that.
He's right. He's right. But Grease 2 does not belong in the Grease canon, and maybe that's a good thing for Grease 2.
It's the multiverse.
Yeah. And Grease 2 has Michelle Pfeiffer, so already it's better than Grease 1.
Fair enough. Which is why I shouldn't have Grease in the title.
Uh-huh. I feel like we've gone on long enough. Thank you all for doing this. Before we go, if there is anything you want to promote, anywhere you want to be found, or just any last words, Lloyd, I'll start with you.
Fuck. So, here's what you do. I can be found on social media at Lloyd Legacy 617 on Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram, and at Lloyd Legacy Sharp on Facebook. Go there, and you'll find out all the shit that I'm doing. The only thing I'm going to mention now is that I will be at the Cellar on Treadwell in Hampton, Connecticut this Thursday, performing with Paul Kilmer in a mixed comedy music thing. And I'm going to be at Capo Restaurant next Wednesday. Other than that, find me online. It's too much.
Hell yeah. Follow Lloyd. Go watch all this stuff. Lloyd, thank you so much for doing this so many times, especially in a row. Love seeing you.
Thank you.
Josh, anything?
Nope, leave me alone.
Sweet.
Josh,
Mike.
co-host Midway of the Highway with Rob Green every Sunday at Midway Cafe. And it's my favorite open mic in Boston. And you should definitely check it out. Lottery style, 9 o'clock. Go see it.
Thanks, buddy.
Lloyd, I already let you do plugs. I'm going to have to take that out of future broadcasts.
I would like you to leave me alone. So.
Mike?
I'm not going to any shows these days, but you can find me on Twitter at Air Giordano, and sometimes I tweet.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
And finally, our winner, Sammie.
Yeah. Okay, so I run 2 monthly shows. You can find out about it if you follow me on all social media at Sammie James. And I recorded a special a few weeks ago that I'm dropping Saturday. It's just self-released on YouTube. I'm releasing it for free, but it did cost money to make. So like, if you want to like tip me, my Venmo is included with it. And yeah, that's
Hell yeah. And what's that special called?
Your Mom Loves Me.
Love it. Thank you again, all of you. You're all great. Josh Pick, Lloyd Legacy Sharp, Mike Giordano, Sammie James. I'm Nick Martucci. You can find me on all social media at Blundering Idiom. Find the show on Facebook, search Inappropriate Movie Database, or click the link in the description. Follow on Twitter and Instagram at IMDb Game. Please reach out. Like I said, we got a whole new month of shows. Those shows are filling up fast, but we still have spaces available, including this Thursday. We do this show Mondays and Thursdays. Mondays at 9 p.m. Eastern, Thursdays at 8 p.m. Eastern, right here on this channel you're watching. So if you want to be on, please reach out. I want to have you. I want to have everybody on. I want to, if you've been on before and you haven't been on in a while, reach out. I want to have you. I love doing the show. Like I said, this has been a solid year of my life now, and I love doing it, and I can only keep doing it if people keep agreeing to do it. So thank you all so much. Like, subscribe, do whatever YouTubers tell you to do, and don't be a dick to each other. Unless it's fun, like in this game. I can be a dick to these people because I love them. I love you for watching. Thank you so much.